Hello and welcome back to Oversteer Auto Reviews. Today I am here at Dwayne Lane's Chevrolet of Arlington, located in Washington State, to review this absolute behemoth of a vehicle, the 2021 Chevrolet Suburban High Country. Now let's break this car down and complete a review. Up front, the 2021 Suburban features a brand new revised front fascia and it looks quite nice. The first thing I noticed is this bronze aluminum brush trim inside the grille in contrast with this chrome and red tint coat. It looks pretty good. Now this red tint coat is a $450 option if you're inclined to get this color on your own vehicle. You also have this blacked out Chevy bow tie, which is also a $450 option. I'd skip on it if I were you. Now on the bottom, we also have this black plastic piece with a chrome plastic piece as well. Now we also have a front camera with the parking cameras all across the vehicle, which I will also show you in a bit. They work really well. Now on the side, we also have these LED running light strips and these LED running lights, which do look really good. They're very bright as well. On the side, we also have pass-through vents to channel air all across the body of the vehicle, which is tremendously long. Now on the hood, it is quite simple. I like it because it makes it look very nice and stated. Now let's move on into the engine bay. Underneath this very high hood, in fact it's so high that my tripod in its maxed out position did not even show you what's underneath, contains a 6.2 liter Ecotec 3 naturally aspirated V8 motor, which produces 420 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. Now those numbers, with the aid of the 10-speed automatic transmission, will get this vehicle to 60 in just 6.9 seconds. Now this vehicle can also tow up to 7,800 pounds in this engine variant. The Suburban High Country also offers a 3-liter diesel engine, which is not the best route to go to in my opinion. I feel that it is going to be terribly underpowered. When driving the vehicle, it's going to feel sluggish and it's going to feel like the vehicle is tiring out under some harder driving, especially towing. Now those are the only two engine variants, the diesel and this 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8. I believe that the V8 is the only way to go because there is no replacement for displacement. This vehicle also has the upgraded radiator because this has the High Country Deluxe package. This contains more features than just the radiator, but the radiator is one of them. And I'll show you the other features of the High Country Deluxe package a bit later as well. Moving on to the wheels, here we have the multi-spoke gloss black wheels. These are 22 by 9 inches. They're quite big, but they suit the vehicle very nicely. Now these are around $1,300 and they are a dealer spec, so the original wheels from the factory, which were chrome, have been replaced with these gloss black ones. The Suburban also has magnetic air ride suspension included with the High Country Deluxe package, and I'll show you how that works right now. This vehicle also has remote start. All you have to do is unlock the vehicle and press the button twice. When you can see that the vehicle has started, to disengage, press twice. Moving on to the side of the 2021 Suburban, you can definitely see the sheer enormity of the vehicle as a whole, but oh well, because it's nice to have a larger vehicle when you are a smaller person. Now we also have these black Suburban badges here in gloss, along with the High Country badge over here finished in gloss as well. These are additional options which you do have to pay a bit extra for. The High Country is a trim level, which is the luxury variant for most Chevy vehicles, and it does come with a price tag premium, which I will explain a bit later. On the side, we also have these very nice and large mirrors. They're finished in the cherry red tint coat along with the car as a whole. It is a $450 option if you are inclined to getting this color. Now the lower portion also has this gloss black trim with the camera over here as well. These mirrors also come built in with the blind spot assist, which you will definitely need a lot. Now the lower portion on this side also features these power running boards. I will unlock the vehicle, open the door, and you can see that they pop out to make getting in all of that easier. Now once I do lock the car, this vehicle does have keyless entry, but it's not the easiest keyless entry in the market. Now most vehicles you just slide your hand and it unlocks and you can open the door, but that's not the case here. In fact, you do have to press the unlock button and then you can unlock the door and open it. Not the most convenient, but when you don't have to take the keys out of your pocket, it's not too bad. The trim along the window is finished in chrome and it looks okay. I prefer black since the badges and everything are all blacked out, but that's okay. The rear windows have also been tinted to give it a nicer look as well. The top features an offset antenna fin, which looks okay. And we also have this chrome roof rails as well. The rear of the vehicle is pretty nice, and I'll show you that right now. The rear of the Suburban is very nice and boxed off, which I do like. The new revised taillights for 2021 do look good. They have also been slightly tinted to give it a nicer look as well. The rear features a nice chrome piece over here with the black Chevy badge, the extra option, along with the front for $450, a bit overpriced, but you do you for when you are purchasing the vehicle. The lower portion also has this tow hitch cover, along with this matte black plastic piece with 2 reflectors on each side. We also have quad chrome exhaust, which do look good. They don't sound as good, considering the fact this vehicle can also have an option performance catback exhaust, which will probably sound a lot better, especially with that 6.2. It's used in the Camaros as well, so I'm sure you can get a nicer sound out of that. Now we also have this black Suburban badge, since we do have the black badging option on the vehicle as well. The rear window tinted, looks good. We also have the backup camera over here. We also have this reverse light along with the windshield wipers, which do tuck away, give it a nice look. Now let's open the tailgate. Let me complete a trunk test, which I can assure you will not be a problem. Now the third row is currently up, and you can see that we have lots and lots and lots of space. Now once I do climb in like this, it's really high off the ground, so you do have to force yourself up. But once you're back here, I'd probably be able to lay down, but the only way to close the tailgate is through that button on the top or with your hands. While we're in here, we do have these seat controls for these third row seats and some additional anchors for other things you may have. Now we also have a tonneau cover latch, so if you do want a tonneau cover to hide away your belongings inside the trunk, it is possible. On the lower portion of the trunk area, you have this little piece which you do flip up. You can see that it's nice and tucked away for some additional storage you may have. You can definitely fit a lot of stuff back here, especially with that third row down. Now the seat folding situation from the trunk is actually absolutely great, and I will show you exactly why. Now most SUVs, especially full-size ones, even in the luxury segment, don't have a feature quite as good as this. So these control the middle row, so once I do push it down and hold it, the seat will fold down, and I push the one on the right, it will be the one on the right. Now if I want to fold these ones down, I can hold them down, and it will go down to my liking. If I let off, it will simply stop where I want it to. Now another thing is, if you want to make them go fully up in relation to the second row, all you have to do is hold the same button again, and it'll fold up manually. That's a nice feature, but they don't come back down. You're gonna have to go around and do it yourself. These third row ones though, they do come up. Now most of the time I would dread getting into the third row of any vehicle, but here I really don't, because it's quite spacious. Now this is set to its farthest back position. I'm sitting very nice and comfortably. I have 3 inches of knee room and about 4 to 5 inches of headroom, standing at 5'11". It's really good. We also have this full leather bench seat, which can sit 3 very comfortably. As you can see, I fit in this seat very nicely, very comfortably, very effortlessly, and while knee room shouldn't be an issue in this middle seat, because these are the captain's chairs variation, still giving us 7 seats, but more spacious ones, and a nice pass-through area as well. Now the third row also has a cup holder with a tray, 1 USB-C port, a nice hanger for your seatbelt, a regular headliner, and the same stuff on the right, which is on the left. We also have a vent and an AC vent up here, along with a light, which is nice, and they're not yellow. Yes, attention to detail from Chevrolet. Second row seating in the 2021 Suburban High Country is quite high class. Now, I say this because we have natural leather all across the vehicle. We also have this perforation, which is brown to match with the gold and other bronze pieces scattered across the vehicle. This vehicle does have rear seat entertainment. I'm not the biggest fan. I also feel that it's overpriced since it's around $1,300, so I'd skip this part and give it a nice, cleaner, more executive look without these screens. We also have these cubbies with the natural leather. The center armrest is very large. It also has our climate control features, HDMI ports for these TV screens, and USB-C ports as well. These seats are also heated, which is always nice. Now, seat controls, this seat moves forwards and backwards, and that's about it. Now, for knee room, I have about 5 inches of knee room and about another 4 to 5 inches of headroom, which is good, especially in this segment. I'd say it's a pass for me in terms of user comfort. Now, the floor has these very nice floor mats provided by Chevrolet. They fit very nice into the molding of the floor. The center of the center console, we also have a home style outlet if you desire to plug in your stuff like that. We do not have any cup holders for the rear seat passengers, therefore they're also on this center armrest. The center armrest has a gimmick of itself, and it is the single best thing of the whole car, and I will show you why in a bit. We also have this very large panoramic sunroof, which is absolutely beautiful, and I think that it definitely makes the car feel more spacious if it didn't already. Let me show you the door panel. The door handle features a chrome door handle, a lock button, an unlock button, a plastic window piece, a grab handle, a small cubby on the top, and a large cubby with the water bottle holder on the bottom. This vehicle also has the upgraded sound system, so we have Bose speakers all around. They sound pretty good. On the top right corner, we also have this wood piece. I am unsure if it's actual wood or just a vinyl overlay, but it still looks good with the rest of the vehicle as well. We also have this brown stitching, which I pointed out earlier, and this window is also tinted. The driver's side door panel is nearly identical to the ones in the rear doors, except we just have more window switches over here, along with the memory seat settings and the window adjustments over here. Now, these buttons right here located in the driver's side are probably the most important. Now, this right here is for the air suspension control, which is included with the High Country Deluxe package. Now, once you press this button, you can change it to either high or low, and it changes in the center display. This is for the all-wheel drive settings. You can put it in rear-wheel drive high, all-wheel drive high, or all-wheel drive low, and auto if you choose to do that. Here's the parking brake, not my favorite place for it, but still there. This is our trailer hitch adjustment. This levels like this, and you can change it to higher or lower, right or left. You also have a trailer hitch camera, so if you have trouble getting your trailer hitch on, you can do that. It's located in the center console. Now, we also have our light settings. It changes and it blinks. Once you change your lights, just leave them on auto. We also have our light timing, which you can change as well. Here is the heads up display control setting button, and it changes how high or low you would like them. We also have our display brightness for the heads up display as well. Here we also have our lane keep assist button, our traction control off button, our parking sense button, our auto stop start button, and all our electronic plug buttons as well. We also have the air vent, which is finished nicely, and some of that wood trim as well. Moving on to the driver's side, let me complete the comfort test and the seat adjustment test as well. Now, seat adjustments, we also have the forwards, backwards, up and down, which is the thigh support. We also have the backrest, which moves forwards and backwards, and the lumbar support, which is a nice button. I like the way it feels because it's nice and clicky, and it makes a clicking sound as well. We also have some of that more brown upholstery, not my favorite, but it's not too bad. On the bottom portion, we also have the High Country with an emblem of mountains to signify that it is the High Country trim level. I also like the steering wheel, fully leather wrapped. We have this brown or bronze colored trim piece over here. Personally, if it looked black, it would have looked a lot cleaner, but we also have the same material on this side of the vehicle as well. We also have some of our tactile buttons over here. You can push them right and left for this menu and this center menu as well. We also have the Chevy badge, not blacked out, even though the exterior Chevy emblems are blacked out. We also have our cruise control set and the forward collision warning off, and the heated steering wheel button over here as well. We also have the turn signal stock, nice clear emblems on that as well. We also have the steering wheel adjustment block, tilt, and telescopic, as you can see. Let me take you into the interior and show you what the center console is all about. Alright, so I've strained the importance of this center console for long enough. Let me show you what it actually does and why it's my favorite thing about the whole vehicle, even though there's lots of luxury features and air suspension. Now, this might just look like your regular huge center armrest with a huge storage area and leather wrapping along with a flat pad and 2 cup holders, but it's much more than that. Now, this thing actually moves forwards and backwards, and not forwards and backwards like there's a manual switch and you have to use your arms. No, you have an electronic switch which you will probably confuse for the panoramic window opener. It's located right here with all the other openers, for example, the seat folder, the garage door opener, the panoramic sunroof opener, the tailgate opener, and all of the other things. Especially with all of these controls, it can get a bit confusing since it looks like the panoramic sunroof opener. Now, if I push this backwards, the center console will move backwards, uncovering this large area for you to store things. I don't know what you want to store, but if you are a fan of purses, a medium-sized one should fit here quite nice. We also have an additional storage to tuck away things that you may want to hide, which is always nice, especially in a vacant parking lot. Now, to put it back, all you have to do is repeat the process. It folds right back into its merry position, and I absolutely love it. Here we also have the heads-up display. Let me show you the way it adjusts. Goes down and up. It has all of our other stuff. In my opinion, it's kind of distracting, but it's not too bad. You can also see that it has the speed and the posted speed limit information on the HUD. Alright, now that we are inside the Suburban, let me start the vehicle. The 6.2 liter roars to life, and you can see all of the information on the center screen. And the thing that I noticed first is that there's no gear stock to change anything. It's all buttons in this upper row. Now, if you got mad at the RAM for having the dial, this is not as bad. So we have park, reverse, neutral, and drive. The way you switch it into reverse is pulling up on it, and then you can see all of our different camera views. We have the upper view, we have the rear view camera, we have the upper rear view camera for the trailer hitch. We also have the side view cameras located on the mirrors. We also have the trailer assist and all of the other stuff as well. This is a very nice camera in my opinion. Now, if we plop it back into drive, you can see the front view camera, and if I do let go, you can see that it moves forwards and backwards. It's nice. And then put it into park, you just press it down. Now, one thing that is always nice about the vehicle is the center display, and it's nice and crisp smartphone speed. Now, this does not have the SD card, therefore the map does not work as of right now, but I'm sure once you take it out of the dealership mode and once you buy the vehicle, you can actually see all of this stuff. Now, we also have the climate control settings, which can also be adjusted from here. There is a dial, and it has a screen on it, and it looks pretty good. We also have our ventilated and heated seat options, and for the passenger as well, on the right side, we also have the home button, video play and audio playback, video and audio play forward. We also have the volume adjustments and the scroll buttons over here for the radio station. We also have 2 vents blowing very nice warm air, and this piece right here is a little cubby to store stuff, most likely glasses if you would like to do so. Now, the hazard light is also in an interesting position. It's over there, so if you're driving and you have to pull over for whatever reason, you will have to stretch your arm out and press that button. Overall, I think it's a very nice designed center console, and it doesn't look too bad. We also have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto if you would like to add all those things. Let me take you on a drive.
Here we are driving the 2021 Chevrolet Suburban High Country, and let me just tell you that even though this vehicle does have air suspension, it is not as soft as you'd expect. I felt like it was just regular springs. I have sat in the Ram 1500 with air suspension, and this is much stiffer than that was. This is in its regular ride height as well. This turn was taken at a pretty good speed, no hesitation, not too much body roll either, very well done. Under acceleration, you definitely will hear that 6.2 liter V8 come to life. It does provide a good amount of power to get you moving. Tire noise isn't too bad, and engine noise is only noticeable when you are accelerating. Wind noise, however, is a different story, and you'll see that when we merge onto the freeway. This is a pretty boxy vehicle, so wind noise is definitely noticeable. It's not too bad though.
God, this looks nice.
Since the High Country falls into the luxury full-sized SUV category, I will be comparing it to this Cadillac Escalade. Now the Escalade has a base price of around $76,000. It offers the same 6.2 liter V8 engine, but this looks a lot better than the Suburban, and it also has better interior features. So it's up to you if you want the Suburban or this Cadillac Escalade. I also thought it would be fair to compare the Suburban with the 2021 GLS 450, since the GLS 450 also has a base price of around $76,000, so you could actually get $10,000 in options, and it would be equivalent to the vehicle that is in the review. Now, one thing to consider is that this GLS 450 does come with an inline-six turbocharged engine instead of a large V8. For a V8, you're going to have to step up to the GLS 63 AMG, which has a 4-liter twin-turbo V8, which produces around 630 horsepower. That is a $138,000 vehicle, whereas this is in the same price range as the Suburban.
And that is the complete review on the 2021 Chevrolet Suburban High Country. I believe it is an exceptional American-made full-sized SUV. Now let's talk about the price, which I think it does not justify. Now this vehicle does cost $86,700, which is a lot of money, especially compared to its lower trim levels like the LT. Now the LT may not have all of the interior features of this vehicle, but it still costs a lot less, around $60,000. Now, is the trade-off worth it without the interior and the air suspension? Yes, it is, because a $20,000 premium on top of whatever the previous Suburban was doesn't make sense to me. Like, with $90,000 almost, you can go and buy an Escalade, and that is what I'd advise you to do. Even though it's a base Escalade, it's still a step up over this. But regardless of what it is, this is still a very, very good vehicle with a great power plant, great wheelbase, and great looks as well. The interior build quality on this vehicle is amazing, especially from a Chevrolet. The center display system is a bit lacking, but that can be refreshed in future generations. That is all for today. I would like to thank you all for watching. Remember to keep on driving.